Anthem on the track.
Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. This your host, Brother Rich, and I'm at the studio Patah. Just finished interviewing Baba Heru, man. It was a magnificent interview. I want to touch base with y'all real quick, man. I keep seeing these flyers going around. I keep hearing about this trip to Mount Shasta. I got the flyer in front of me. I'm going to put it on the screen as I'm talking about it. Blue Pill, and I want the brother next to you. Introduce yourself and let the people know what's going on with this trip that y'all got coming up.
Yes, indeed. Peace to you and yours, family. This trip was born out of the requests from several participants, not only of this program, but other platforms. It was around the time that the Africa Bambaataa scandal broke out. And because of that conversation that we were able to have on a national/global level, what became very clear to me is that there were a lot of people that were wrestling and grappling with past abuse issues. You know, they needed healing on another level. They needed healing that maybe some herbs couldn't qualify. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, the best weed in the world, you know what I'm saying, it just couldn't subside. So they needed something a little bit deeper, and they were requesting these deeper levels of healing. And because I've known my good brother right here for a minute to be a facilitator of many of these healing retreats, I thought that it would be timely, okay, before we actually close out this year, that we were, we put something together. People were requesting that they needed something, and they needed something now, especially dealing with this election cycle. The cortisol levels, which are the stress levels of this country, are peaking in ways in which they've never peaked. People they're at odds. Households are split. You know what I'm saying? People are just in their heart and minds, especially those that are totally invested into the perpetuity of this particular system. They don't know what to do with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't speak of hope. So during this particular time, especially for the healers out there that want to facilitate healing on a higher level, all right, and knowing that there are throngs of people that are going to be coming for healing unlike anything that they've ever seen, irregardless of what candidate is elected, is going to stress people out. People are already stressed out, and they're going to get pushed past their limits because they'll quickly find out that whatever candidate that is installed is not going to be installed for their best services. So people want to get away. They don't want to run away. They want to deal with a level of healing where they're able to fortify themselves, come back into these urban jungle, these urban centers, and do the healing that's asked of them. The people that want to and need to be healed for, pretty much the majority of their lives that have been dealing with these wounds, you know what I'm saying? They want to get this healing underway. So I hollered at my good brother, made sure that we had something available for the family. All right. So I want to introduce to the viewing audience my brother Divine Elohim.
Peace, peace. Give thanks, brother Blue Pill, and give thanks to Underground Railroad viewers. I just want to speak about the Shasta medicine retreats a little bit and why Shasta was chose, and the significance of this time that the brother was speaking about with the election and a lot of the trauma that we're being programmed with, the overcompensation of media, the mediations and disinformation. So Shasta is located on the West Coast. It's actually a mountain that is known as one of the 13 wonders of the world, and it is the root chakra for mountains. It's been known to be an area where the ancient civilization of Lemuria was actually located, as well as still considered to be that area where people go to ascended masters, as well as a lot of the healing practitioners, as well as people who seek out places on the grid that are safe to go to, because there is this notion that we do live in the city, which is full of chaos, but a lot of people also feel when they meditate that they need to go to Mother Nature. So Shasta medicine, which is what we call it, came about because we feel like the mountain itself is known as the grandfather. And with the medicine, we're going to be offering quite a few different things, such as peyote medicine, which is a grandfather plant, as well as, the Shasta area, which is known for Stewart Springs, is an area where you have hot mineral springs that you can go to. And it's been, actually noted through the elder who wrote the Message in Water, Dr. Okamoto or Emoto, that the water in that area is actually considered to be one of the highest crystalline alkaline waters of all places. I've been blessed to, go there with Blue Pill, and I also have land that's close to the area. And just to get right to the point, people say, well, why is it considered to be a retreat? And I feel like, people got to remember that when you are in your meditation, and it's a lot of things that is happening, sometimes the best, defense is retreating. Because when you retreat, you can actually build up your powers. You can recalibrate. And most healers don't know that, you need other healers to heal with. And as a healer of myself and just knowing who I am, I come to the cities, but I usually have my sacred plants with me. One plant that I use a lot of is mushrooms. The reason why I travel with my mushrooms or use mushrooms to protect me and shield me is because these plants are spores, and they're a part of this grid that if you separate a spore, as long as you put the vibrational energy back out and that spore touches the ground, it's going to tap into this higher collective consciousness and know where the other spores is to merge with the actual flow, the collective energy that spore may generate. So in terms of the Shasta medicine retreats, it's also a collective energy that we're calling forth now, because it's not an individual journey, it's actually a collective journey. So for those who have the time to come out, we chose California because we felt like it was something that was not only easy to get to, but it's the same as you going on a vacation on a cruise line, Carnival being one, or Royal Caribbean being two, or jumping on a plane to go somewhere to an island. Why not go over to a place that you can get healed up, because Mother Nature is there to heal us, and these plants, because I was just speaking to someone in the New York area about, well, I have this shaman that I pay homage to, and I was just like, yeah, a shaman, that's funny. I've never really followed any man. I've always been taught that I have a relationship with plants, I have a relationship with the Most High, I have a relationship with energy. But how could I follow a man? I feel like that shaman word has been used out of context, because you have Europeans and a lot of these people that are seeking out plants to give them the answers, ayahuasca that they'll choose to do, or ayaboga that they'll choose to do, and this toad medicine. And these people put these people on a pedestal to say, oh, these are shamans. And I'm like, the people I'm around, we would never pay homage to anybody. We'll pay homage to the plant first. So that's why we chose the medicine as the actual platform, because the plants is the actual teacher. If you have a relationship with that medicine, it's an interesting concept, because some people can correlate to have relationships with the mushroom medicine. I being one that love it, and Blue Pill being another one. It recalibrates your cells, your consciousness, and it's very in tune with what people say your intuitive voice, your intuitive self is very in tune with that.
If you want to start talking in numbers like I do, and experiencing a level of synchronicity that really can't be explained, you know what I'm saying? You might want to look into the plant medicine You know what I'm saying? The mushrooms in particular, the mycelium aspect of things. Shout out to Master Kalindi, you know, and all of the other quote unquote practitioners this and the know. All right. So we want to offer this to the family. All right. I want you to explain to the people that it's all inclusive. You know what I'm saying? There's a payment option that's put together. For some people, they would consider this short notice. For other people, this is something they've been waiting a long time for, so they're ready to go. Nonetheless, I do think that, you know, once we get this particular one out of the way, making sure that we inaugurate something before year's end, I'm sure that we will be having something in the very near future for those that weren't able to join us on such quote-unquote short notice. But for those that are ready, that do want to participate, they want to have this healing experience, they want to not only touch Grandfather Mountain, but see what the surrounding area is about. Because Eureka is right up the road. That's where they found the gold ladders first. Weed, California, hint, hint, is right up the block. So I'm going to let the brother speak on it.
For sure, yeah. He just actually touched on two great topics. The reason why I went to the area, it was funny. I went to a Wisdom Keeper Sacred Medicine Retreat, and it was for practitioners that work with all the healing arts as well as the medicine. And it was in this area called Deer Mountain, which is actually in the area he spoke of, which is Wairika, which is called the Gold City. The Gold City is considered to be right now where a lot of the gold, you can actually go to Klamath River, which is a river that flows by my land, as well as right next to Shasta, and you can still find particles of gold in the water. They do a lot of mining. It's right there for you. And when I think of gold as the gold standard, similar to the same awakening of your consciousness. When you have enlightenment, you see light, but actually the light is really coming from a gold spectrum. And your, sense memory of what the light is, and it awakens you. It leads you to a further light, which is, why we chose to go with the actual area of Shasta. Shasta is considered to be, like I said, the root chakra. Root chakra being like the base of your actual temple, but that's where the foundation lays, and that's where you ground in. The medicine itself, which is one form, is mushrooms that we will actually allow people to deal with. The soul therapy, as I heard the elder Dr. Sabe used to speak of, we deal with it on a level of, like we said, mycelium, but I feel like it's the new manna, and I'm starting to actually put out in the universe that we do microdoses of this actual medicine, because not only do it help with cellular sense memory, it helps with trauma. A lot of people who are going through a lot of issues, habits, as well as, dogmas, doctrines, and the ego, the battle of self, that's a reflection of who you are. We don't have to fight nobody. It's all within. So the medicine itself is actually ushered in for that. And a lot of the ancient teachings, as well as the ancient civilizations, use these plants for, inner journeys, inner quest, as well as awakenings. So it is short notice, but it's actually the here and now. If anybody's been asking for it, as I have been asking for it, and as Blue Pill has been asking for it, and a lot of healers have been asking for it, we're in the here and now, which is the continuum of us saying that the here and now is what we want. It's not about the price. It's $9.99. It is all inclusive. That includes us giving you access to and fro to the actual Stewart Springs. Me opening up my gates to show you a self-sustainable garden that I deal with a lot of sustainability with plants, CBD plants, THC plants. Also opening up the whole spectrum of food. We have a lot of organic food that we grow, and we will be giving out raw foods, as well as administering raw cacao, which is something from the Mayan civilization that basically was significant, what our indigenous people dealt with. But these things will actually be administered for the family, because this is something that I feel we've been gifted with. My circle, my family, my partner, my youths. I've raised them, from the concept of, we come from nature, and Mother Nature is first. I birthed, I did the actual home births for two of my kids, Lotus birth, being one of my youths, Lotus. And, the brother asked about can children come in. Usually in the native tradition, children do participate in the actual sits. But being that it's something for the adults and being that it's for something that the people have been seeking out, we're going to say that the children should actually stay home this time. But we welcome the children because the children actually, they're already got the innocent states that we should tap back into, because when you actually deal with the medicine of peyote, it's actually something that we call get well. When you get well, you throw up. And when you throw up, you look at that old energy, which is the spirit that comes out of you. But you become like renewed or become what we consider to be like a baby again. Like you're refreshed. Actually, your whole, body is like chiming in like to a frequency like where you just know that you feel great, and everything in the universe that you've been blessed to have, you just give thanks for, such as us being here alive in this moment. A lot of spirits have been moving on, but it's a continuum, and this actual journey is like, if you're asking for it, it's a part of your prayer and your meditation. So it's shastamedicine.com. You could tap into that. We have a payment plan. We deal with the numerologies like the brother Blue Pill spoke of. 333 is the installments, and the actual whole package is $999. We chose nines because 9 is actually the numerology for the usherers, the messengers, the light workers. And we're in the 9 year. And these workers have to start coming together because it was a divide. And I've been hearing a divide of a lot of the teachers, the elders being, sort of attacked. And we're saying like, well, where's this new message coming from, and who's going to be ushering in something new for these elders as well as the people? That's where this came about, the inception of Shasta Medicine. And we're going to continue to do it every season, every equinox, every solstice. Of course, we're not choosing to do December 21st, 22nd, 23rd, but that is the new year. That's the beginning of my new year. So I like to also, open up the invitation for people to come out, period, not on the retreat level, whenever they want to come out to experience nature at its best. So,
Indeed, it definitely sounds great. And, one of the problems with us being indoctrinated for so long is that when our people hear the word retreat, they say, man, that's some white shit. What the fuck they going to a retreat? I ain't trying to go to no retreat. So, it's almost like to say I'm from New York, to say I'm from Harlem, whether it's right or wrong, we wear that with a badge of honor. Blue's from Brooklyn. So he says, nigga, I made it in Brooklyn. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I made it in the concrete jungle.
Yeah.
So we wear that with a badge of honor. So when we hear retreat, we like, it sounds kind of soft. It sounds kind of feminine. Talk to the brothers about why it's the time that we elevate our minds, we elevate our hearts to see life, that life ain't always got to be hard. It ain't always got to be a struggle. It ain't always going to be about whoever can make it out the jungle the longest and the most. Talk to our people about that. Break this indoctrination that we under, brother.
Well, definitely, you hit a valid point. And I think the indoctrination that you're speaking about is the masculine approach of our spirit being. But we all know that we come from a female mother. And that female principle is something that we come out of. So you may say that, oh, it's a retreat, and it may be a feminine terminology or a feminine term, but that also shows you grace. That also shows you poise, because we come from nature, which is a graceful approach. And then when our mother goes through chaos, she can bring chaos. We know that on all levels, or a hurricane or tornado, tsunamis. But the reason why I feel like, it's time for us to do this for ourselves, because it's a self journey, brother. And you said, brothers got to wake up from the indoctrination of basically saying that, oh, we're surviving. Actually, we past survival. We're thriving right now. We taking this paradigm of survival and we've elevated. Our same with our consciousness, like we're coming together because right now it's the awakening time, and it's the awakening for the jubilant years of this joy, this dance that we also spoke of, and they spoke of in the prophecies of us coming together. So I agree with you. I came from Ohio, and that's actually where police brutality is crazy. It's the Middle Passage. It's where they started the first Masonic order. You know what I'm saying? They got Romulus and Remus statues right there, and Procter and Gamble, Procter and Scandal right there. Like, it's the heart of it all. But when you deal with the heart of it all on the level of Masonic doctrines, you go right back to yourself. So I want to say that this journey is about self-preservation, a self-awakening, and it is for the people who ask for it, because it's like the saying, asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find. A lot of these brothers, they're indoctrinated with ego, and ego comes from not really learning how to let go of stuff. Like, letting go is, really something that I had to battle with when I was younger, because I was taught that I had to defend myself, and that defense is restriction, and when you restrict, you're putting up a defense. But when you submit and you let go, it's more humbling to let go, because now you see that not only are you able to let go, but you can trust when you let go that something is going to lead you, to a place that's of safety, as well as just a safe place, which is balance, which is actually peace. Like, our peace is a peace of mind and a peace of self, you know what I'm saying, in your spirit being peaceful. Because if you deal with the talk, you deal with the ego, which is what I hear you sort of say with the brothers. I get it. It's just at a certain time, like, when you meditate, it's silence. And that's the peace of mind, because the same way when you go to rest, it's silence. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is always awakened, and you're in the subconscious state of who you are, but it still is a peace that your body resonates with. And that's where we need to lead ourselves to. We can't be in a chaotic state and a static state all the time, because that is programming. If I say I'm on the internet and I'm watching, news, and I'm actually looking at all the things that's promoted to be fear-based, hate-based, and, sexual-based, I feel like I'm just plugged into the matrix. And plugging into the matrix is being mediated by something that's not my programming. I have no control over that. You know what I mean? What I do have control of is what I put in my body and what I ask, you know what I'm saying, to come from the efforts of, the blessings and the gifts that we have. So that Shasta medicine is the blessings and the gifts. Like, we have plants that's here to sacrifice themselves. We ain't got to sacrifice ourselves no more. The plants here to sacrifice themselves to actually evolve us, you know what I'm saying, and give us a state of peace, as well as holistic, peace of mind, body, and spirit that we should long for and seek for, because we live and we ain't dead at all. Our culture will always live. It's an immortal culture that we deal with, as well as an immortal state of presence that we deal with. So we never die. Like, I don't understand why they even say death exists. So in that programming, that's where I came with.
Real quick, brother, and I definitely appreciate your answer. It's real unfortunate that the brothers sometimes get thrown off by the word, but we, in our culture, we use prison as retreats. That's where we get away from the chaos. When a brother get locked up, Gucci Man got locked up. He came.
Y'all need a break, son.
Gucci Man got locked up, came back a vegan, lost his belly and all that. So we got it's a sickness. Yeah, that's our retreat. So we gotta. I need a break. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely with it. I'm down with it, brothers. Blue, any of y'all want to close it out, man.
Yeah. Once again, family, this is an opportunity for us to heal on a level that transcends, just words. You know what I'm saying? Every day I run into people in the street and they say, brother, you changed my life. And that's based on, us emitting something. That's based on you seeing a fraction of this light, you know what I'm saying, on the camera, what's being said, and us demonstrating in a particular way. But, like Sabi says, we're dealing with deep cellular chelation, you know what I'm saying? Let's get down to the cellular aspect of your healing. You feel me? And we have spoke continuously on this program about environment and how important environment is towards healing. There's a lot of things that we will want for our family in regards to you having certain experiences, but you having them in urban environments is just not going to work. You're going to open up yourself. You're going to open up portals and allow, stuff in that you pretty much is not ready for. You know what I mean? You have no idea what's out here. So we want to furnish you with that level of eyesight. You know what I'm saying? We want to clear the fog off of your eyes and really have you see reality as it is. We want you to transcend the mediocrity of life, the normalcy, the mundane aspects of what's being fed to you. And the plants are here to assist with that process. This is in tandem, it's in line with everything else that has been done with the plants in regards to healing and the medicinal aspects and bringing forward, you know, the herbs for the healing of the nation, like Sabi says, or he reiterates coming out of Genesis 22:2. So it's in the same vein, family. All right, we want to change clothes, we want to change environment, and we want to give people experiences that's going to change their lives and ultimately send them back into their communities so they could be the healers, dealing with the multitudes of people that are going to be rushing to them for healing. Because I'm telling you, if you don't understand or understand what's going on, again, they are spiking the cortisone levels, right, which come from stress. By way of the national elections, the fallout would be a 4 to 5 and 6 month window when people are actually getting the check for the sickness, all right, that the stress has afforded them based on them not knowing, or not being sure of the future, or voluntarily voting for criminals as their future. You know what I'm saying? Putting your life in the hands of avowed criminals. Okay? You're going to be hurt by this process. You know what I mean? And like I said, there are people that have been walking around with badges of hurt for their entire lives. All right? 9 out of the 10 women that I know have been abused. I can't even have a normal relationship. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, and then there are the abusers as well. I become mindful of things that I've done in my past that could be considered abuse. So I need healing. So what better way to do it than to do it, you know what I'm saying, communing amongst family in the open land and using the assistance of the earth grid. Because as Mount Shasta is being called, it's the planetary grid system. If you want to change the planet, you better start at the root. You know what I'm saying? And you better start with yourself. So I can do both. You feel me? I can see my connection to what it is that we want to do in regards to emitting this healing energy and this healing power across the planet. We're already doing it right here on this camera from the sofa. You know what I'm saying? Touching hearts and minds of the people. Now it's time to touch the earth and start healing her as well. So that's where I'm going to be, you know, first week of December, putting this energy out into this atmosphere, into this universe. You know what I'm saying? Doing my part, you know, in regards to extending the tent of healing to the family. All right, so wherever you're at, make sure that you check us out, shastamedicine.com. Again, it's all inclusive. There's payment plans that are attached to it. Put a little bread aside that you don't, you know, you just don't blow it on Black Friday. You make this your gift, okay?
For yourself.
For yourself or for somebody else that you love. All right? Peace, love, and light. Hold on one.
Definitely. Just to reiterate what Blue Pill spoke about, I just want to definitely give thanks for the platform. You brothers are holding the torch. And we're in the age of information, which is very key and very in tune with what's going on. And I definitely want to give thanks to Baba Haru for hosting actually the interview with the House of Patah. And come and check him in Studio Patah. Epic area, epic zone. The key thing that I wanted to reiterate too that I feel like we can speak about is this thing called meek inheritance, because we are in an area where we have a lot of potential. We tapping into ourselves. We tapping into our potential of our higher selves. But the meek, which is something that was spoke of biblically, which is a prophecy, is the grace that we actually endure with ourselves, because on a self level we have a lot of trauma. Like I told you, I've been fighting myself since young, been fighting my kin, been fighting my family. But when I also just let go and trust, I go right back into knowing thyself, which is an ancient proverb that we got to tap back into. And that's why I bring that back to the healers, back to the brothers of light, the practitioners who's doing the work. Eventually, you got to know yourself to know that sometimes it's good to retreat, because retreat, which is which means born or again, is actually positive. It's nothing negative. And, you know, the programming that we actually been taught is more a programming that's really taught taught to us by something that doesn't even add up. You know, I've always acknowledged that something that is rebirthing myself is something that's important, and that's what I want to bring it out to those who feel like this is important for themselves. It could be a gift, and like the brother said, come out, because it's just the beginning, and we're going to start, and we're going to continue to hold space for those who are in need of healing, because this is the time. And next year, 2017, dealing with going back to the one, is actually going to be the year of sickness, and nuclear energy, which is radiation, is going to be in the airwaves. And if you ain't got your alkaline water, if you ain't got your iodine, if you ain't got your plant-based foods, and you ain't got your actual herbs to get your order peace on, not your order war, you're going to actually have to come back, continue your journey, and get it right the next time, because it's definitely going forward. They're coming with their magic, our magi. We're coming with our magic and magi, but the magic and magi that we're actually asking for is the healing, and that starts with us. So give thanks. Check out ShastaMedicine.com. I'm Divine Elohim, and definitely come and tune in with us. Bless up. Give thanks. Peace.
Peace, family. This Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figure since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.
Anthem on the track.
Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Look. I'm from the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.